Welcome to 100 Gems podcast. Today we got our very own Dr. Robert Piles and Mr. Akeem over here.
Yes, sir.
Joining us to share some of his insight. And from what I've been listening to, the man got it going on, Paz.
Yes, sir.
He working hard. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Paz.
But just go ahead and Keem, tell them a little bit about yourself, and then introduce. Tell a little bit about yourself.
Okay. My name is Akeem Hart. I am just turned 30 not that long ago.
Wow.
I remember
Sorry.
30.
I own a couple companies. I have a production company by the name of Four Productions. And then I own a performing arts daycare. I have 2 locations, one on the east side and one on the south side.
You said performing arts daycare?
Yes.
I never heard of that.
Me either. We can let me get a little insight on what
Yeah.
it does.
It doesn't exist anywhere else. I want to be the first to do that. I strongly believe in investing in our kids. And God has given me a lot of abilities and gifts. And so I wanted to be able to sow that back into our community and our kids from baby stages. Because it's easier to teach babies than it is to teach a grown individual. And so if you teach them young, then they'll be effective when they 17, 18, 19, and they almost mastered what they have been taught as a kid. So.
All right. So normally we just sit on the thing, and I'm gonna be honest with you, we kind of spontaneous.
Okay.
Brought on Akeem, and then he came into the Big Six, and just wanted to bring him on because sometimes you get a little different flavor.
Yeah.
When I say flavor, you understand even more so what we're trying to do with the 100 Gems. The 100 Gem podcast, we're dropping gems.
Yeah.
We're dropping them gems. And gems, the unique thing about gems, Rob, and I just really been praying and thinking about it, and I looked at it, you don't find gems just on the sidewalks and on top of the ground. Most gems, you have to dig for them. You have to chip mine. So that's what we're doing in the 100 Gems. So I think when Akeem comes and we're having this conversation, the way to really get down is you got to listen.
Yeah.
And the Big Six, the good thing about it is you learn to what?
Listen.
The bad part about it is you learn what?
Listen.
The good part is you what?
Listen.
The bad part is what?
Listen.
And sometimes, that's why I say, just say it again, fella. 'Cause a lot of times, I'm being transparent. I'm not doing. We ain't saying nothing.
Right.
We're talking at this level. When you dig deep, you find out. The truth is in the ground. The truth is deep. Like you said, the truth with the dig forward and the understanding, and what we're looking for. You're not going. It's illuminated. You dig deeper. You're gonna dig deeper. It's never over.
It's never over.
It's never over. And then the whole purpose. And I was talking to after the class, Pastor. I said, listen, the piece that as an entrepreneur.
God, excuse me.
We are normally great at working. We're normally great at working. We're normally great at the craft and gifted. But we'll learn as an entrepreneur, you're not a cup anymore. You become a pipe. Everything you do, if you can't explain it, if you can't write it down, your gift then now becomes a burden to where you're going. So to have 3 business, cleaning business. I first met in cleaning business, then you got the 2 daycares and right, everybody, we applaud them, right? But being an entrepreneur, I ain't say I cried, but on the inside, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Honestly, I said, whoa, wait a minute, because to do all that, I know what it takes. So the question that I have at 30 years old,
young man.
And when I say young man, Rob, I'm 32.
Hey,
Boy, y'all laughing so much.
hey, like it was
I'm
real
I'm
funny.
gonna give me some blind friends, you know. So, that's what we're gonna talk about today. So, the Big Six opened up, and I'm gonna start out, and I'm gonna ask them a question. I won't put them on the spot, but this is how this thing whole works. This is a normal conversation that we're having. It's a normal conversation. This is how the conversation should go around the dinner table, in the car, church, Big Six, the club, wherever you at. These conversations are needed, right? So the question is, you know, he said he got 2, and he got the cleaning business. And I asked him, what? Because the cleaning business was doing. Hey,
He said 6 figures.
6 figures.
I tried to get a job. 6 figures. I don't know.
Then Rob gonna be a supervisor.
Hey, a supervisor too.
There's some jobs I can work from home, but I don't think they got a cleaning job that I can clean from home.
From the crib.
No, see, I'm looking for one of them jobs I can do from on the road.
Yeah.
I can clock in and matter of fact, clock me in.
Clock me in.
Clock me in. I always go in and clock me in. My clock in number. Right? I forgot to clock in last week. Give me them 40. But so King, just talk about the cleaning business. He said a cleaning business, right? So and this is what we done been through. I say, do you have a cleaning business? He said, yes. He say, but he shut it down. 6 figures.
6 figures too.
Man, you got folks running companies that ain't making nothing. They won't close. You can close down a 6 figure.
Borrow money to keep it running.
Listen, not borrow money. Go get a job to keep it open.
Come on now.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Just to say they're owner. So
Yeah.
it's apparent to me that you are comfortable and understanding what an owner is, what a profitable is, and everything. So it had to be more profitable for you to put it on hold, on ice. So go ahead a little bit about
Tell us about it. Yeah.
cleaning business.
Well, when it comes down to the cleaning business, the reason why I temporarily shut it down is because staffing issues. I couldn't. It was just a lot on me doing all these accounts
Right.
with just me.
Right.
People were not calling in. They were calling in. They weren't showing up. And with my accounts, it's in my agreement that I have a certain amount of people working for me in order to hold the contract at face value. And so it was just driving me crazy to do all this work, and I would have to, and I'm out all night long. And so in the morning, I also was teaching too. So I had another full-time job because I was a school teacher as well. And so I would clean all night and then maybe get two hours of sleep. And it was just bad on my health. And so that was most important to me, was my health and my name, because my legacy is my name. And so before I run my name down the toilet, I'd rather just put it on pause until I figure out and strategize how I can actually make this work for me without having to strain my body, my mind, my ability.
I don't hear too many 30-year-olds talking like that, Pastor.
Right.
You know, he talking about health and he paying attention to, you know, the strain or the stress that it causes. And this is business. And it's refreshing. It's refreshing to see and hear a 30-year-old be able to articulate like you are about why you're doing different things and how you're doing. It's man, the most 30 years old I know, Pastor, I'm talking about, man, they professionals at blunt smoking.
Right.
Blunt rolling.
Right. Not all of them.
Not all of them. We got one here.
He might be blunt smoking too, but you know, you can blunt smoke and go to work and have a business. People like,
but they professionals at it. The 30-year-olds I know.
See, and a lot of times, here's what I'm trying to say, right? So, my call, this is what I do, right? Because I'm listening. I listen to what he's saying, and I listen to what he didn't say.
Yeah.
Right. He didn't have no mentor. I mean, a strong mentor to me. Going into contract, going into this, right? Secondly, who's challenging him in the area that he needs to be challenging? Because Michael Jordan could jump, and he could do all this dunk, but Michael had to get some weight on him.
Yeah.
He worked on his jump shot a little farther out, so when Detroit would do certain things, he could get past Detroit. He couldn't get past Detroit, so he closed down. And what happens is that we look at I look at the 30-year-old, I look at how he's talking, and I miss it. I miss, because he's probably been praised so much, because he was 20-something. He's 30 now, right?
Yeah.
How old when you opened your business?
I was 20.
He was 20. He is 20, right? And I'm gonna say it this way. Y'all think I be joking. I be want to cry right now, because I know one, there's a burning on the inside of him, because he knows, like, man, that's a call, it's a pull.
Yeah.
But who's gonna groom him? Because what he is, he good at it. But what he's not, right?
Yeah.
Now, I can start my business off just me with a buffer in the trunk, but can you recruit, develop, and motivate people?
Yeah.
You learn fast. Listen, I can't be the only one in McDonald's doing drive-through, front counter, grill, maintenance. I can't do it. It's some things I can do, and I can do it at one store, but I can't do it at two. And some things at two, I definitely can't do it at 3, 4, 5, 23. So when he tells me he can't find the people, then I ask the question is, how are the rest of them doing? So if I'm mentoring you, we're 20, we can go back 20 years. First thing I'm asking is that, because it's not, a lot of times we want to, people want us to celebrate and push them what their gift is, right? What I need you to do is what I'm not. What I'm not is, man, if I'd have had people, if I'd have had me some horses, right? Shaq can buy a horse in a horse form, but Shaq can't ride that horse. He's too big. He got to play. Well, see if he's still playing. So if somebody sit down with him now at 20, let me say it this way: if at your 30-year-old self, what would you tell the 20-year-old? And then at 58, because when you're 58, you're gonna be smarter, right?
Yeah.
Sharper, right?
Absolutely.
I'm 58 now. I'm 58 now. Listen to me, right? So when he's trying to get the contracts, right? If you tell him, hold on a minute, man, I'm running, because he got the ability, he got the gift, he gonna drive. Every time I seen him, he was moving. I mean, he was moving so he was like a blur. Because the first thing I'm gonna ask is that, how much money are you making? Number one, okay, you got a contract, right? And how much is the contract paying? Because somebody can have a contract and be working for free almost. I've had in the cleaning business.
I think I've been in one of them contracts.
Yeah, you can buy a job.
Straight up.
You can buy a coverall company, and so you got to say, okay, who all got the business? Because I can start a business, but the definition of a business, I ask them, I say, the definition of a business is what? It must provide a portion of your lifestyle, right? If I have a cleaning business and I stop it, I technically don't have a cleaning business no more. What I got is what? Some cleaning equipment. That's what I got.
Right.
Okay, I'm being honest. Two, when we go back to open it back up, say I'm gonna wrap back up, we're gonna sit down and make a list on what all I need, I know I need, and then I'm gonna have somebody that can look out 5 years, 10 years, and say, hey man, you talking about this many people, you're gonna need to triple that. Start out. Why? Because you know half of them gonna quit. So then I'm trying to get out ahead. If I know that 2 gonna come, right? 1 gonna make it, right? And I need 2. I'm gonna probably bring 8 interviews in. So that's why I'm saying that what am I gonna be doing different in the cleaning business that the guy down the street ain't doing? I got to, because if it ain't, they're gonna be stealing the people. It's certain things that I'm just gonna sit there and big six. King, I'm gonna ask the question, because how you want to say this here? It's not that you wasn't ready for it, because you was ready at 20 years old, right? But you weren't prepared. I wasn't prepared. I was ready. Man, I'm ready. Listen, I'm ready to leave home at 18. I'm ready to leave home at 17, 16. At 15, you ready, but you ain't prepared yet.
You ain't prepared.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't even know how to wipe your butt real good. Talking about you gonna do what?
Yeah.
So I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about the people. So what I'm saying, this is what my job is, our job is, your job is, because you know there's a 20-year-old, or let me say this, because we talk about age. Throw age up the table. There are 50-year-olds that are doing what you did at 20 and is gonna make the same mistakes. Mistakes don't have an age to it. So what you got to do is, man, I'm writing my SOP. I'm writing down what I wish I had done. I'm writing down, I'm glad I did do that. And then when I sit down and talk, we have conversation, you jump to 58 years old. So now, even with the daycare, I got to help people. You got to have so many daycare teachers for this. I got to have safety, and it's more regulations, daycare, right? So that is why I'm asking. We asked about the business, right? So me as a business pastor, I would say, hey man, write down how many contracts you had, how many people you need. Then if he got all that written down, right, and then say, man, look at the whole picture, Rob, and somebody say, well, I can get you people. You know, am I looking at retired? I'm looking at people who just want to do this and do that, right? Then I got to add up the contract, man, because I know how clean the contracts are. Hey, look, my buddy had contract, and was you with a company or was your own?
I was separate.
That's great. That's great, because a lot of times people go get these contracts with these companies. You know about that. Yep. And, man, they get most of the money. Cover all and all that, right? Not to saying that you can't make it, but you're going to show how to break it.
Yeah.
Right? And the one thing about it is he has the thing, you can't teach hard work. You can't teach some skills you can't teach. He has them. But man, what am I missing? When you come around me, well, if I come around you, I don't need another me. I don't. When you marry, you normally, right, most people, I ain't met nobody yet, but I give people a 1%, you gonna marry your opposite. There's a subconscious that, man, I'm looking for what I'm not. Right? I'm looking for somebody who's gonna say, hey man, and I ain't gonna like how you talk to me, but I'm gonna love it because of the results. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna love it. Yeah. So one of the things that we probably missing in is in our culture is that the people piece, the building,
the 5 P's, Pastor.
Man, what's that?
Proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Yeah. And you can't when people say that it'll overtake you, it overtook you, didn't it?
Fast.
It affected relationships. It affected his health.
Yeah.
His finances. So that's why I have people, man. I'm telling you this. This is I'm not spirit man, bro. I got folk, man, that have some deals, and I cried. I said, man, listen. I literally he'll tell you, don't do that. Why I said I did it. Cause it wasn't what you could do. It was on what your people could do. You dictate. You got to look at the business. You look at I told the church, we said, now, I said, how many people can we operate, blah, blah, right? How many people? Oh, we can do this. You know, we get 300, 400, 500. I said, what we got? What we got? Hey, and then when you look around, if it ain't but just you measure. Yeah. Say, God, say this here. God, you want to grow? Then now I got to master my skill because I don't have to tell you how to clean. It'll be like you come to me and I'm showing you how to clean. If you got a cleaning company, I got to show you how to clean. You got a problem.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Listen, if I hire you to clean my house and you can't clean, you ain't gonna be cleaning the house too. You ain't got to worry about growing.
Sweeping stuff under the carpet.
Yeah, man, look, half vacuum. If I got a vacuum behind you vacuum,
Come on, and you.
that's how ain't right.
And I done paid you for that.
He's anointed. Man, listen, you have to be anointed for the detail.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Your shoes. I saw you dress. I told him, I said, don't you come back here no more like that dress.
He's
Not
looking
my
too
church.
good.
Oh, man. Don't do that. Look at him. He all got that. Make me have to go in the back.
Yeah,
of the closet.
I was checking out his style.
You saw
now.
him? See, but that's how he's
cover.
wired that way. So no matter if he's cleaning or anything, he has to continue to perfect his detail.
Yeah.
Not only he had to perfect his detail, when you are anointed to do something, you got to be able to write that thing down.
Yeah.
You can't teach me how to heal. You can't teach me how to open a blinded eye. You can't teach me that. That's listen. That God, some things you have to write it down because what's normal for me ain't normal for you.
Ain't normal for the
when
next
you
man,
vacuum,
yeah.
vacuum in a line. Yeah. Make sure you get up on the thing. Make sure you move this. You got to have the SOP written down so that when you can train me. Then I got to look at, can I get the people? It's opportunity to come to me. Even now, man, if I ain't got the people. Man, I bought 3 stores a couple of years ago, and it set me back. The wheels fell off. Yeah, it took me, man, almost to about 2 years ago to catch back up because it was I was ready, but we weren't prepared for it. And if I'm gonna put my energy into something, I got to see some results.
Yeah,
absolutely.
See, and sometimes it looks good, so I got to clean the business. How many contract? Man, I got one good one. What you waiting on? Some more people. Right. So that's how I sit down. And really, this is why you need to talk to somebody who's done twice what you're trying to do once. So then I can say, hey, man, where you people at? The guy said with me. He said, well, I got my mom and my dad. I said, man, they old. I said, you talking about taking over a major operation there. You finna pick up something, man. Are you sure? Because they going to, man, you going to kill everybody around you. When he told Moses, serious, man, listen. And I'm finna mess him up now because this gonna make his hair stand up. Your dream ain't my dream. Right. Your dream wasn't her dream.
Yeah.
That was your dream. Ain't nobody want to be up all night cleaning all running around here, but you was excited, man. Where you get the energy from? Sleep 2 hours because you know what? You in purpose. Yeah. So, but what happens is your purpose will kill you if you don't have no order. Absolutely. If you don't have government, you don't have the 12. I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about that in not this week. What day that'll be, Taylor? Give me the date. Sunday. Big and sexy.
Big and sexy.
Big and not this Sunday, next Sunday. What?
Big and sexy.
The 23rd August Sunday. Big and sexy. What big and sexy? Your organization needs to be big and sexy.
Yeah.
You know what big and sexy is? When you catching that check. You get the employees are looking good and growing, right? That's order. You didn't have an ox.
Right.
You got to hire your ox. You can't be the ox. You have to hire. And if you hold on, back up again. You're ox. I don't get excited. Listen, McDonald's told me I was in Mill Road turning around, killing it. The guy came and sit down with me. Al Gore's like, I love him. I love it. He reminded me of Ralph Lauren. He sat down and he said, Robert, you finna get that brown deer store. We gonna know you got it or not. On the second one. We got brown deer. Why we killing it. He said, Robert, we gonna know if you got it or not on this third one. I said, man, you said that. He said, now you doubled. You doubled.
Right.
He said, now when you doubled, you can kind of spread your time. You can bounce back. 2 daycare, you can bounce back and forth. You can get up in the morning, be at the one daycare at 5, be there at 9, 10, leave there and go there. He said, but that third one, we gonna know. All right. See, when I was in the military, we had everything. They tell you where you gotta be. It's like boom, boom, boom. When I came out and got McDonald's, this is why I can talk to you like this here. Not because I was born with this. I had to, and I'm still working on it. The first day I walked into McDonald's that evening. That day was February 14, 1998, and the guy. It was so busy. It was the Sunday, and they had Big Macs 2 for $2. And we were so busy, and it never stopped. I left the military 15 years. My wife had 20. She went back. She went on and retired. I went in the freezer. I felt like somebody had a basket of leaves and threw them up in the air and said, "Catch them." That's how I felt. Wow. I went in the freezer and cried. I said, "Lord, what I got myself into." Dried my tears up, went back out there, man. And what I noticed, right, and I would work hard, man, hard. You know, I worked 36 hours. I mean, I would literally, people don't believe that. You can go like that. When you're excited, you're in purpose. But what I learned, man, and I'm just not learning this. I'm gonna say, I'm learning what I order and structure.
Yeah.
Man, people leave you.
You're gonna fall apart.
Systems don't. So good thing, McDonald's has a system, but you got to follow it. But what I'm saying is that I was blessed. People look at me. I was blessed to have McDonald's because McDonald's have a system. They been doing it. 1955. They got an order. They lay the patties this way. You don't lay them like you want to lay them. They tell you how to lay them, and they constantly change and making it better. But what he needs, because right now, he has what they call, I'm going to say this, and I hate using this term as a pastor, cocaine brain. Your brain never stops. You drive folks crazy. Would you sit down somewhere? You got 2 daycare. Sit down somewhere, man. So he's around the wrong people.
And I heard that many times.
Many times. You're 20 years old, man. You're enjoying your life. All this thing, man. And it's like you're running. But see what we're gonna do it. You're running. You're trying to run from something sometimes. But you can't chase it down. Right? Because I said, man, I'm gonna run it down. I ain't running from something. I had to stop running from poverty, right? To run to something. But then God said, no, you don't run to it. You do this, it come to you.
It come to you, man.
Right?
It come to you.
It comes to you.
Yes, sir.
It comes to you. You're going to need ministry, man, in your work. That's why we're talking about people separating. I had to go help people get cars. I had to help people get it. That's why I really got into the housing. I didn't get in the house because I liked it. I would love to decorate and create and all that. I got into the housing because my managers need housing. People I had, they were staying in houses, man. I was like, you pay how much for that? So we started doing housing, and 99% of our people was the rented from us was our employees, and still to the day. So that's how I got into it. It's a connection. It's the hard thing. So it came to me. Housing came to me. Man, it came to me. I didn't chase that down. Oh, I need to open the business up, right? I'm going to open up me a Eskimo coat wearing. And now I ain't going to be driving, flying to Alaska. So it all flows together. So God anointed me to do certain things. It's the same thing. So you got to get with somebody, and what's going to make him rich and peaceful and all that is submitting. Listening. Yeah.
To the right person.
To the right person.
To the right person.
Sit down somewhere, boy.
Yeah.
And you know the Bible say this here, and I've been trying, right? It says that he said, man, it's great that they saw the miracles and he said, but those that have not seen.
Right.
And they believe. You know what that means? You ain't gonna understand what I'm talking
about. You ain't gonna
probably believe. Man, sit down, stop. Man, I don't see it. You ain't supposed to see it. I'm 58 years old, man.
For real.
I tell my, hey, listen, and I'm running around here trying to get a 13-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 30-year-old to see, and I'm getting mad because they can't. Listen, man, I quit that. Man, you probably understand what I'm talking about. But watch what happened. After a while, you look at the influence of you seeing success, you seeing things happen. Say, man, he must know something, right? And I hallelujah. When I say something, when God is with me, you gonna know He with me, right? Because it's gonna be something I don't know, right? Man, he couldn't
no
know
doubt
that.
about it.
Man,
Yeah.
how he know that? Yeah. Man, how he know? Yeah. Man, listen, man. When you're anointed to something, and I believe this, and that's why I walk in it. I walked in that basement, and I can tell you, Pastor Holly, Milton Holly, you can ask if you see him. Y'all see him. We walked through this house. I said, Pastor, I am anointed. Listen to me. I said, man, listen to me. God has anointed me to do this. I said, behind that wall right there, I said, that wall cracked. He said, how you know? I said, I'm anointed for this. He told a panel back and the wall was cracked. I'm anointed this man. What I tell you, Rob?
Yeah.
See, you'll know God is with you. Now, I can do some things on my own, and I have, and I'm about to get, man, listen, I am 58 years old. If I was 30 or 20, I still won't have enough time to do what God has for me by myself. Yeah. I need supernatural, coming up with, I don't know how myself. I want a lifestyle and a life that I sit there and people talk about me, man. I don't know why you, and you ain't nobody. I said, yeah, you're right, man. I don't understand either. I don't understand either. That's the lifestyle you want.
Yeah.
I don't want something I can do. I can do this.
Yeah.
I can go buy a car, man.
Yeah.
I need something now. I need stuff in my life that I can't do.
Yeah.
I'm 20 years old. I know God is with me because people ain't doing it. That's the thing. But God says, Moses, you got to have it. Jethro came in and said, man, it ain't what you were doing to you. Because I don't think you would have died. You can't die watch out, Bishop. You can't die in purpose. But you can kill a lot of other more people. Man, hey, and you get mad. I get mad. I thought they were, man, y'all don't want it. No. Man, listen, my wife, who's been by my side and right there with me, you know, she's owner, certified and all that. But literally, it's my dream. Now, the more excellent I walk in, the more she see. Yeah. Now she talks about the kids and the legacy and all that, right? But that really wasn't. God has to show you first.
Yeah.
And you got to win, man. And you got to look at everybody don't want to be riding around with a buff in their trunk at 3 a.m. I gotta know that. And you ain't lazy.
Right.
I ain't lazy, man.
Right.
I don't want to do that.
Right.
Listen, I'm telling you, I'm going home. Right? Matter of fact, I'll meet you in the morning. Number 2, I ask the question is we look at everything, how much you're making, boom. Then I evaluate, is it time to quit that job? No. What's the number? You'll quit that job making money and go work for free. Watch out. Somebody told me, you'll quit a job making money and go work for free. You'll quit a job
making money
and go work for free. They call that in the street hustling backwards. Man, listen, what you doing? I'm going to the schoolhouse. What you doing? Man, I'm going to teach. Why? Man, I gotta do this until, because y'all know I'm good. That's what you need to say. Man, y'all know me. I get it going.
Yeah.
I open that thing. Y'all know I'm right. But I gotta know the people.
Yeah. And keep it going.
Relationship.
Absolutely.
Submitting.
Yeah.
I tell you up front, if you understand everything I'm saying, I ain't saying too much.
Well, I wanted to chime this on.
Go ahead, I'm sorry, bro.
That's cool. I remember when I first started off with the mental health and the substance abuse, the counseling stuff, and I remember my cousin was over. My cousin Raymond, and I was telling him about it. I was like, man, this is where I'm going. This is what I'm gonna do, and so on and so forth. And I knew it, because I come from it. You know what I mean? I said, how in the world I can't go help another dope fiend? And when I was a dope fiend,
right,
you know,
and
all the assistance and all that, you know, what I didn't know, though, was all the integral part dealing with the state and the paperwork and HIPAA. You know, you can't talk about certain things and you know, but it came. It came. The people I needed came and showed me how to do all that stuff that I ain't know about. Now, I know how to kick it with another addict, you know, and to help another addict.
You
I
know
got
the
that
signs.
down pat.
You know the signs, you know, like, and I'm going to say this, what he trying to say, he told me. I'll be out there, you know, and I'm going to say this. We had a elder in the church that was taking the guy every night to the heroin dealer. Didn't know it. Didn't know it.
I knew that.
You knew that. And the guy said, yo, man, where you taking him to? He said, you know there's a heroin house. He said, what?
The dope house.
He need to make, I'm going to go with my TV. What I'm saying is that it's some places I don't need to be.
Yeah.
Man, you the big, man, I ain't got to be down at Hope Street, because, man, I'm telling you something. You think you gifted.
Yeah.
Man, them guys you talking about smooth? Don't give me a boy. What? It's butter.
Come on,
they are professional,
Yes.
smooth. And you
Yes.
think then they tell you something, man,
Yes.
and you be walking around here, you take him to the dope house.
Yeah.
Man, I'm helping my man. His mama. What? His mama?
His mama.
His mama passed 5 years. What? I'm serious. So what I'm saying is that's why Rob has a compassion for it. He understands.
Yeah.
And so you want to have team. But here's what I'm gonna say. You know what we mess up, Rob? And I'm gonna say this: we are cheap. Our culture is cheap. I'm cheap. I'm gonna tell you the truth, right? And I look back, right? If I had it wasn't that God don't want you to be here. We won't. I ain't gonna hire and pay somebody that money. You know, like, oh no, I'm gonna get it over here. There's something you develop, but if you invest, when I look at Steve Killian, the Killian organization, this their organization. They have a department. They have this. They have that. Man, I'm the human resource. Who that? I'm the guy. You know, it one hat. You can't. You have to sit there and say, I must. I can't afford not to.
I can't afford.
And if you got to do
not
the right time, the right because you start to. You start to lose because why? You're the only one with the buffer.
Mm-hmm. Ain't that something?
Yeah, man. You know what?
Tired.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah.
invest in this. I'm investing that. So that's one thing that I would say in our culture that I ain't say I say cheap, but a lot of times we think we can't. You can't afford it. I can't afford not to.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, I'm doing stuff out my own pocket with the ministry and that stuff. I had to, man, because I'm sitting there trying to run church and do all this, right? Ain't nothing moving. Ain't nothing moving. Not like I want to.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there saying, and I know better.
Right.
I know what it's supposed to look like. So you got to invest. You have to invest.
You got to invest.
But you have to put a demand on the investment. Like I told, hey, look here, we're going to have some growth.
Mm-hmm.
This got to reproduce. This got to. Why? Because it has to be able to do this. But I'm learning in our culture, man, like when you was on that buffer, man, I look around at even some gifted folk. They friends. I should have recruited them. They should be working for me. Right? They should work for me, right? I got some, listen, because what makes this company great is great people.
Yeah. What make any company great is
and
great
I can
people.
pray. I can pray all night and fast, and the stove drive-through don't get no faster.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We need to stop there. I've been praying. I remember, Rob, I was praying at 27 Capitol, man. That my partner would call me every night. Man, I was praying, man. My wife, we would pray and everything. You know what God told me? He said, why you going to pray and send me somewhere you won't go?
Ain't that something? Ain't that something?
Man, I about cried then. God said, because he gives me the answer and what to do, deal with the people. We keep people alone and pray God. He said, no, I'm giving you, you have the ability. God cannot move nowhere without an agent, a person. And God puts us, he'll bless us with stuff, man. And then we find out it's a blessing when it's gone. Man, and people tell you, man, listen, you're blessed. And highly favored king. But we got to make sure there's an order. There's an order. That's the 12, the oxens. You got to have somebody who have a drive, who have a hunger, big, right? And when I say sexy, I'm talking about making labor. You talking about sexy? Make labor. Make food calls.
Come on with
Past inspections.
Right.
Right?
Come on with
Keep that drive-through rolling.
Yeah.
No complaints. That's sexy to me.
Yeah.
So in the ministry, we talking, oh man, no, listen, I like dressing. But you know what though? This don't mean nothing. I go in there and they say, man, you gonna mess them pants up? I said, this who bought it.
this who
Right?
bought.
If I have to, I can get some more. If I run it right, I can buy 10 pairs of them. I can buy 20 pairs of these. So what happens is that you have to know that God is the God of and tells us, but he has to have an agent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an agent, man.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm a implant.
Yeah.
Listen, he brought me to Milwaukee. Man, I realized that, and I'm telling y'all this, just recent. Man, he said, look, and I would say stuff jokingly, I'm the, man, I won't be no preacher, but I'll preach if God called me to do it. I'll be no pastor. What he called me to do is he calls you to impact, man. Okay? And what the enemy wants to do is, you up in the church playing that organ, it's great. It's good. You listen, they don't care about that, man. You don't.
No,
when
he
you
don't.
open that business up,
He can't.
he gonna fight you.
Yeah.
Right? That's when you supposed to put your arm on. You ain't fighting him in church, man. You playing. What happens, watch out, when you leave church armed up. Man, I got it, Lord, he'll say, hey, Pastor, listen, do it in love. When you're correcting them, do it in love. When you counsel them, do it in love. Then you go out there and you say, this one got a problem over here. If you help with this problem, they going to do this here, right? That, and then picking the right people and the right ones that have the heart, that's what you needed to do. You had folk, one, that laughed in your face, right? And listen, now, hold up. Them the one you don't mind. Laugh in my face, I know. But it's folk that don't, and they sitting there. Man, they want what's in your hand, but they don't want what's in your heart.
They got a name. They call them backstabbers.
They come back.
They smile in your face,
and all the time,
all the time, want to take your place.
Right.
I'm talking about, and
they
that's
want your
serious.
place, and they can't do it.
And they can't do it.
They don't want.
And
listen,
they can't do it.
Ain't gonna do it. Man, they ain't gonna do it. I'm
When
saying,
they get to, when they see how much work you got to put in,
man. Listen,
yeah.
if I don't go to work today, who gonna say something to me?
Nobody.
So you got to be within. So that's the part that you in the right place and you in the right space where I can listen. I listen to people. Man, people talk about me in my face like I ain't nobody sometimes. It don't even bother me. I go, you know what? I'm going to take the good out, thank you, and keep moving, right? And they won't listen then, and I got to tell them. That's okay.
Yeah. I remember, Pastor, when I first started coming around,
Yeah.
you know, and I had a gold tooth, you know, a nice little open piece, and you know, I felt clever every time I looked in the mirror too. Said, yeah, here I come back, and but the pastor had said, say, man, they ain't doing that no more. You know, he said, man, they don't do that, you know, and I was in a different arena.
Different arena.
But I was still holding on to some of that old mess. I gotta tell you, it hurted to get rid of that. I'm talking about, and it literally hurted too to have him take it out. But I gotta tell you, ever since I done took that gold piece out, the people I've been in front of, who I've been dealing with, I know for a fact, Pastor.
That leads to different.
Man,
Let me
ain't
tell
no
you.
doubt about it.
When people see me with certain stuff on, you know, I'm learning myself. I'm learning. I'm forever learning too. But I don't go to certain places, good job, McDonald's. I don't do that. I don't do that. When I go to funerals, certain places, if I go to certain denominations, I'm not going to dress a certain way because I know they're going to call me down front. I don't want to stick out. I'm not trying to be famous. I'm trying to be effective. So I know how to dress. I know how to move. But when you come in my house, I'm going to dress where I want to dress. If I want to wear flip-flops or whatever, I'm wearing flip-flops. I don't want to get up and preach and they're looking at my short pants versus my message. So I have to weigh all that because I'm not my own. But at the end of the day, don't misunderstand. Gold tooth is not. I ain't got a problem with the gold tooth. But when they called Joseph out of prison, they shaved it. Y'all didn't catch that part. The Egyptians, Pharaoh. You look in the movies. You're a brainer. You look in all the movies. The Pharaoh didn't nobody have no hair. You know that, right? They didn't. They looked like me. They shaved. They didn't believe it. They didn't wear the Egyptians. They didn't have beards. So when Joseph came, they shaved Joseph, who's a Israelite, the Hebrew Israelite. When they brought him in, they shaved him. Right. So when I'm going to certain places, I'm not wearing certain things.
Yeah.
I'm that smart.
Yeah.
But when I go where I want to go, I'm gonna wear what I want to wear.
Yeah.
It's just wisdom.
Yeah.
You know, if I remember tell the story when I went to my first. The owner was a white guy, and he was I was a part-time manager at the time, part-time swing manager with McDonald's. I never was a manager, you know. And we went to our first meeting. He's bringing me in, you know. I wasn't in the program yet. I wasn't approved. He said, I want you to go down. I'm gonna take you to a co-op meeting in Denver. So I got dressed and I went there, right? And I was clean. I had a little suit on and had me a shirt on, like Chinese collar, the Chinese collar, my chain on, you know, little chain. Wasn't on one chain, you know, one chain, right? So coming back, man, he said, man, he said, who you think you buddy love? Me and Jack like that. He told me that. I got the picture on my desk. I'll show it to you. The suit I bought. I bought my suit. Now I couldn't. Thank you, God. I couldn't go to. He said, look around the room and look at what everybody got on. They had suits on, wingtips, you know, shoes. That's how they dressed. That's how they did back then. I had the money to go get I went to Sears and Roebuck, bought me my suit. They were better than that green suit. I bought some burgundy sport wingtip. You know, they wasn't the real the wingtip looked like it. And I got me, and that's why I wore that to most all the fun. See, people don't know what you're being.
No.
No,
Pat.
Now, when I go to a McDonald's meeting, they're not wearing ties. They're a younger group. They're like you. They wearing the skinny jeans, and they wearing no socks.
Right.
That's the meeting. That's the meeting. You know, that's what they wearing.
Right.
Now I can wear what I want to wear, but I can go in there. I can dress. I don't dress down like they do at point because I'm used to this. But what I'm saying is that you have to know where you're going. You dress mentally.
Yeah.
Mentally.
Yeah.
This is more important.
That's it, Pass.
Right.
That's it.
So what I said, there's nothing wrong with the gold too. But I don't want the gold tooth to get in my way of my money.
To get in the way of my money.
Listen. I don't. If I gotta cover that gold up to get my gold,
sir.
watch out. I rather have gold in my pocket than gold in my mouth.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Yeah.
So if you take that, how they looking?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I go somewhere in a church or whatever, and I'm a part of that church member, then I'm gonna dress. I'm not gonna throw everything off. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm gonna have my flavor. But still, there's an order in the house.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And it was preparation.
Preparation.
It was preparation for where I was going.
Yeah. So when I'm going to talk to certain people, I can take certain people that know how to talk. You're not gonna be saying that crazy. You're not gonna be doing. So that's how God prepares us for the room.
Absolutely.
Some people are ready for the room, right? You ready for the word, but you ain't prepared for the word. We come ready, right? I come ready, but I ain't prepared. You know, I took it now. I took it then, but I ain't ready for it. So that's the point about being prepared.
Yeah,
ready is different than prepared. So that's what I want to make sure that when people, oh man, go. No, I'm not. I ain't standing on gold. I ain't standing something right. Used to be when you had dreads, folks look at you crazy. This was years.
It's the thing.
And that's the thing. People don't look at dreads.
The thing,
you know what I mean? It was man. You know, I used to get complaints. Man, we couldn't have dreads. Right? No, you couldn't. Yeah. When I first started, it was like a military. So that's the point. What I'm trying to say is that culture and time. You got to know how to change with the seasons and time. So I'm saying, you know, I don't know what it'll take, but you can sit down. I guarantee you, like I tell the manager, how is it this store is staffed? And you're not staffed. It's people they don't want to work with you. They don't work with the managers. It's a reason why people leave. Let's find out the reason why they left. Let's at least ask the question. You got to make it fun too, man. Because listen, I can quit you and go down the street and make more money and have less work. What makes somebody want to work for you for less money when they can go? Why? Relationship.
Come on, Pat.
I ain't going nowhere, man. Look, I ain't going nowhere. I work for Jack Price. I had Pearl Vision, came in, wanted me to work for them. Times, you know, go to the program, do something. Man, I was like, I don't know what it is. I'm part-time swing manager at McDonald's. McDonald's this is. I said, man, I don't know what it is. This is. I just know the Lord just kept me there. Relationship.
Yeah. To piggyback off of what you just said, my uncle told me, my Uncle G, on G's Clippers, he taught me something. He said the biggest the success story to a business is the relationships.
Yeah.
because you might mess up, and they still give you another chance based off the relationship that you have with the person.
You also get into different doors. I know from having a relationship with Pastor. I'm talking about I done hit a couple licks.
Rob taught he for the street. He's for the street.
He talking for the streets.
Man, we that lick, man.
But it comes from relationships.
Relationships.
That's
Absolutely.
what is important. It's important.
Absolutely.
And then to build those relationships, like one thing you was talking about in that, Pastor, how folks when they come around or when you come in, you know, I know when I came in, I took a look. I said, okay, yeah, that dude got some things I need.
Influence.
Yeah. So to let him know how serious I am about that influence or what he had, I said, let me see what I can do for him. Let me see what I can
That's how you
over
do it.
here.
How can I help?
You know, how can I help him?
Yeah.
You know, and sure enough, look at where I'm at. And our relationship has done nothing but got stronger and stronger. And another thing that I love. I know God talks to him.
Yeah.
I know he gonna when the man get to talking and I know for a fact that the Lord speaks through him.
God spoken.
You did. I'm talking about because he done said some stuff to me and ain't got a clue. And I know he don't know. I was just like, baby, where this come from? But I know where it really come from God. Yeah. How in the world you don't want that in your life? Somebody around you with this kind of influence and experience and relationship with God that he uses on a regular.
And the one thing about it, man, I'm going to tell you this. We ain't perfect.
No.
I'm telling you this. And last week, even if I have a great relationship, it ain't going to be great next year. If we don't keep on.
If we don't keep working on it. Yeah, fast.
Because you're going to grow.
Yeah.
The relationship has to be a one that we go deep.
Yeah.
Most of the time, most relationships are superficial. It's the surface.
Hey, what's up?
You know, what's up? And then, I mean, even I'm going to say something. Not just the what's up. I'm talking about I can have a relationship with you and you be my guy. But the relationship never goes deep. Deep means, man, we done cried together. Man, look, I messed up. I mean, when I said messed up, it ain't like I messed up like people say messed up. No, I want it better, so I have to be more in tune. Yeah. I have to listen to you more because you're deeper. I don't get all of you in 1 year. Yeah. I don't get all of you in 5 years. So the more we grow, the more things, right? You're a different guy at 20 with a business, now at 30 with the daycare. You're a different guy. So if our relationship don't get deeper, not wider, deeper. See, sometimes we trying to find new relationship. I want to have different relationship. I want to have more relationship, but not at the expense of the ones I'm not doing right now. How you gonna go out and get another friend, Rob, get another friend when he ain't really being a good friend to me yet? Yo, man, what you doing? hey, yo, man, hey, you ain't got time for me. Don't bring some more up in here.
He gonna tell me,
I ain't got
what
time.
you doing?
So yeah, so really, to be a friend, you got to show yourself friendly. That means word.
Yeah, I mean work.
Yeah.
Sacrifice.
Yeah,
it really
trust.
Do. Yeah, trust. Yeah, it really do.
Trust.
It really do. And you know, I take a lot of cues from my wife or what have you, and I gotta say, you know, because my wife, she gonna keep it 100. Like that.
Raw.
Yeah, that dude a bomb,
Yeah,
baby.
Hey.
But she loved my relationship with the pastor. Because she know that the pastor ain't finna tell me nothing crazy and goofy. And 9 times out of 10, she gonna benefit from it. You know? It's important, man. I gotta tell you, it's so important when you find good people.
Good people.
Man, you work at it.
Work on it.
You work on it,
Keep
man.
And
you do.
We talk about, man,
You
I
do.
talk about, see, just because you're a good person doesn't mean you're going to do good things. You got to be taught. You got to teach me how to handle you. You got to have a conversation. You walk up in here and I do something, and we've been partners, friends for 6 months, and I do something, and you slap me. I ain't going to say slap me, but you're the offends you. We should have talked about that. If something's going to offend you like that, we should have that conversation come in the door.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, man, and that's something that I'm talking about. That's something that, and I ain't saying you sit down and go through a list, but that should be a conversation. Not we don't just ride around eating drinking knee-highs and eating moon pies all day. Well, man, we be taking care of business.
Straight
We
up.
have some heavy conversation. King, what you thinking, man? What you doing?
Yeah.
That's kind, man. What you doing, man?
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Why? Men don't do that, man. What you talking about? No, that's how them conversation.
Yeah.
Man, I want to grow. I want to grow. I want to leave you a better man.
Yeah.
Yeah. A better man.
Yeah.
But men don't do that, man. Where you from? Who taught you that, man? Anybody never told me. No, we don't. I was with when most little boys, you go to the bathroom, they try to look at you. You know what I mean? They little boy. You slap them side the head. No, you don't do that. Nobody. Something people never told them. I was in the bathroom. It was like seven stalls, 7 urinals. I walk in. My partner walk in, stood right beside me. Like, yo, man, move down. Come on. He said, man, nobody never told me that. So, man, so being around men, you should become a better man.
Yeah.
Man, lock that zipper down. Put it clips. So those are things that you have to let, being around people, you have to grow. I don't care. We just going to the store to get something to eat. We're growing. And I ain't saying everything is like academy, but we really a living university.
Yeah.
It's a living university. So that you don't know if you got it at church. You don't know if you got it on Big Sick. You don't know if you got it in the pot. You don't know. You just getting it.
Yeah, just getting it.
And something by the time you leave home, somebody should be done told you that.
Yeah.
And we had to get it. So if you had to get it here, and I got to submit, man, thank you, Rob.
Yeah.
I wasn't even looking at it like that. Yeah. Thank you, man. I wasn't even thinking like that.
Even if it hurt.
Even if it's hurt.
Even if it hurt, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Thank you.
Thank you.
For hurting me. But helping me. That's the key. Because I know when he told me about that goal, that stuff hurted, man. I'm talking about I'm like, man, because I got plenty flavor, all kinds of different things.
Compliments back then. And
hold on.
Hey.
I'm talking about to get rid of, what I almost felt like was a part of me. Yeah. It had to go, though. It had to go. It was time for it to go.
It's so much we can talk about, man. This just man, we just sitting here, this school.
Yeah.
Man, this school.
Yeah, big time.
Big time, man, right?
Big time.
Come on.
All right, y'all. Listen here. That's another episode of 100 Gems. You better keep tuned in, baby, because we dropping gems over here.
Listen, Rob. Dig deep. Peace out. King.